Post-game, everybody. I'm your host, MJ Acosta-Ruiz, with a lot of talent and a lot of years here of experience, that is, fellas. All right, nobody get offended. 11-year NBA veteran Darren Collison coming back with us and making his association's debut. We can run the claps back, guys, just for this. Milwaukee Bucks forward Bobby Portis is in the house with us today. Period. So good to have you here, Bobby. Feeling comfy? The couch is good?
Yeah, I feel great, actually. Yeah,
we have every pillow possible.
Absolutely.
We're sending the vibe.
MJ, I feel protected now. You be here, like, nobody gonna mess with us now.
I got your back.
We good.
Okay, that's the expectation. So game 3 of Celtics and Sixers has just wrapped. So let's get right into it. Why waste any time? This is how it all went down today. Welcome to Philly, where AI was ready to go. And look at that. Right off of a draft night, Eagles first-round draft pick from Makai Lemon. He was there to ring the bell. All right, JT's ready to go. Ready to face Tyrese Maxey and crew. First quarter, there's Maxey. I mean, the speed is crazy, guys.
On the break, too.
I do feel like he knew AI was pretty close.
He's trying to show out, huh?
Always trying to show off. But Jayson Tatum, he does a little something, too. Feeling it early, as expected. And don't forget about JB, who has held down the Celtics squad all year long, Bobby.
Yeah, JB been doing his thing, man. Super dope to see him step up in that leadership role as that one option.
Something special. Don't forget about Paul George. I know he hasn't been back all that long, but man, he has an impact every single time. Here's the very next play.
It is.
That's nasty. Nasty.
And the steam keeps on going. This was sort of the story of the game. This feels like one of the bigger breaks here once we were in the second quarter in terms of score, because the two of that block is crazy.
And what Philly got to do more get out in transition.
Look at the rook. What do you think of VJ?
Yeah, I love VJ.
Very strong.
I love his personality.
Yeah. He's fun to watch. Derek White, another one for the Celtics. Nice turnaround fade away. We jump to the third now. PG.
That's what you do.
For 3. Come on. He was feeling it to start the third. Tatum dancing with the defense.
The left? Okay.
It's another day. 7.5 to go in the third.
Oh my
Maxey.
What was on, man?
It was coming alive, and it's a 4-point game. Under 6
Heat check mode.
to go. Third.
Love that shot.
The 76ers take the lead on that one. 30 seconds to go in the third. What did the announcer say? He's a killer.
That's one of my favorite players right there.
Pritchard? Yeah, that's fair.
He's right to it.
All right, fourth quarter now. Here we go.
I love it.
Max is feeling it. AI is feeling it. AI is on the court, for the record. Later in the fourth. Ooh. All right, Jaylen, right over to his boy, Derek White. Fourth quarter was a strong one, a nail biter. Just under 3, 2.5.
Yeah, PG really made some nice plays down the stretch.
Playoff P, they say.
Yep.
Under 90 left. 2-point game.
This is a big shot.
Oh, man.
There he is.
He is.
Where's the reaction shot? There you go. Sir, we can read your lips. I have to remind you. 30 seconds left. 3-point lead for the Celtics.
Real dagger.
Make that 6. Celtics win 108-100 to lead the series 2-1. So Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown each scored 25 for the Celtics, who finished with 5 players in double figures. For the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey led the way with 31, but it took him 31 shots to get there, and it still wasn't enough. So here's Jayson Tatum back at the game.
Thank you. Jayson, I believe you told me earlier that winning on the road in a hostile environment in the playoffs is the best feeling as a competitor. What did it take out of you tonight?
It just took a full team effort. Winning a playoff game is hard. Winning on the road is tough. And we just were resilient. We stuck with it. You know, it's a game of runs. Good team. You got to answer them.
Talk about that resilience. You showed it in the fourth quarter. 11 of your points coming in the final frame. Just how are you constantly able to keep that composure late?
know, I've been here before. You know, just a mindset to do whatever it takes to win. You know, when you're trying to win a championship, when you're trying to compete, you're trying to make a run, you know, it can look different every single night. Just get the game what it needs. As long as you win, that's all that matters.
All right, congrats. Thank you, Jayson. Eric?
Deuce, never too far away.
Nah, he's always around.
It's so cute. All right, so a 25-piece for Tatum, 17 of those coming in the second half. It's important to note, once again, that this man had a ruptured Achilles less than a year ago. I mean, it's insane, Darren. Like, this is not, he's built different. The epitome of built different.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're talking about he's one of the best players in this series. I don't think we would ever imagine Jayson Tatum playing in this series as being one of the best players. And the thing that stuck out to me was he had 7 assists, but just 1 turnover. You know, turnovers has kind of been his Achilles heel, you know, pun intended, but he's done a great job of playmaking and scoring at the same time without turning the ball over.
I just think that, you know, in this series alone, man, just them just being able to just play off one another, him and Brown being able to play off one another, and then everybody else playing their roles as well. I think with Boston, they're one of the best teams in the league of having guys on their team that know exactly what their role is. So when they come into the game, you can expect those guys to fill that void each and every night.
Yeah, no, Bobby brought up a great point. You know, I think for Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, it just seems ever since they won the championship, they do a great job of playing off each other.
Yeah, for real.
Where it felt like earlier in their career, they were kind of jockeying to be the guy. But there was moments during that 4-quarter stretch when Jaylen Brown had a mismatch. And Jayson Tatum was like, look, you go to work, right? And then vice versa. When Jayson Tatum, you know, had BJ Edgecombe and the big fella Bona on him, Jaylen Brown was like, look, you go to work. So they're letting each other have their moments, and it's really special to see.
Yeah, the arc, if you will, of the chemistry that they've had and knowing the roles and when to switch the roles if needed has been really beautiful to watch. Now, the Celtics really have to grind it out this game to win in Philly. What really stuck out from Boston so far as they lead the series 2-1?
Just being resilient. I think in the playoffs alone, you just need to be resilient. It's going to be highs and lows that present in the game, and, you know, just need to be calm. You know, obviously winning on the road is tough, being in hostile environments and things like that. So just being resilient throughout the whole stretch of the 48-minute game, I think that's super important.
Yeah, I mean, they've been grinding it out, and one of the things we always talk about is everybody to have to step up, especially in the playoffs. 35 bench points for Boston to Philly's 14. Depth cannot be underscored enough these days.
It can't, right? You talk about Nikola and Payne with 26 points off the bench, right? Yeah. We know Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to do their thing, right? But when you got 26 points off the bench from some of your main guys off the bench, and that Payne Pritchard has done, you know, making big shot after big shot, they're very tough to beat when everybody's clicking.
See, the playoffs are all about having moments, in my opinion. You know, being in the playoffs for years, it's all about having moments. It's not about scoring 20, not scoring 30 points. It's about having a moment. Can I get a big stop? Can I get a big rebound? Can I hit this big shot in this moment? And they got several guys on their team that can step up and have a moment.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of what you said, I mean, look, Derek White may not have the best game, but he's still trying his hardest to contain.
Offensive rebound.
Tyrese Maxey, he had the offensive rebound, which was clutch, right?
Yeah, super big.
And Jaylen Brown, right? He's letting Jayson Tatum rock, but he's still trying to contain Paul George defensively. So they just acting like a championship team.
Absolutely.
You said that Pritchard was one of your favorite players. Why is that?
Because I'm a guy that comes off the bench and brings energy and get baskets off the bench for my team. I kind of admire and look at other guys around the team that do similar things as me. Pritchard get right to it. He come off the bench, you know exactly what he's about to do. He gonna come at you, he gonna big show to you.
For sure.
He plays bigger than his size. And then he's just fun to watch, man. I love guys that don't got a conscience, that go out there and just attack the game and play with swag and play with confidence. He's confident every time he step out there. I love it.
Bobby, what's the toughest thing about facing the Celtics squad?
Ball movement. Obviously, they have a ton of player movement, ball movement. They play well together. They know exactly where everybody's going to be at on the floor. And they have counters. I think in the playoffs and throughout the regular season, like, you need to have counters. They have counters to everything that people want to throw at them. And they have 2 number 1 options, so that kind of helps them in that regard as well.
And for you, DC, Boston was one of the best three-point shooting teams of the regular season. They finished 20 of 47 from deep tonight. How difficult is it for opposing teams to account for that side of Boston's game?
You can't, right? I mean, they move the ball, like Bobby said, right? When you're moving the ball and you're sharing the ball, like, you're going to get high efficient three-point shots.
Yes.
And they're trying to shoot threes. They're trying to shoot a lot of threes throughout the game. But the differences between Boston and other teams is that they like to move the ball and get everybody involved. And so when guys like Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum is drawing two to the basketball, it's easier to kick out to shooters for wide open threes.
And in the playoffs, you know, sometimes you might get caught standing around. So, like, you want player movement, you want ball movement, you want the ball going side to side. So when the fourth quarter comes, everybody done got a couple shots up, you done got a couple, threes up, and you done seen a couple go through. So when it's kicked out to you on a double team, or if Tatum and Brown get stuck, it's an easier shot because you've seen a couple balls go through the net and you're a little more confident.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the podium. Coach Nick Nurse has just sat down at the mic.